So chapter 5, moving right along, we're going to hit chapter 9, which is really short. We're only going to do 2 sections out of that and have our next test. But chapter 5 is actually a pretty important chapter. And in this chapter, the big idea is we are doing this thing called hierarchy, where we break the big problem into smaller problems and repeat. Okay. And these smaller problems are going to be little blocks of code that do some business and give me a result or don't give me a result, but they do some kind of business. And when it comes to methods, these blocks of code, we have some blocks that just go and do stuff, and they're called void, and some blocks that actually return a value. Now, this is a single value. Later, you're going to learn how we can work with multiple values. But for now, we either have a void method or a value returning method. Inside of that, a big important concept is to be able to distinguish between an argument and a parameter. This method display, there's no equals over here. So this is that void method, and I have 3 arguments. 6, 4.2. So this is probably somewhere in the main where I'm calling this block of code. What am I sending over? Well, this argument 6 is an integer. It goes to an integer. 4.2 is a double. It goes to the double, and hi mom goes to str. Again, these are parameters. This is my parameter list. It's part of the heading of this method. Here's the return type, void, meaning nothing's returned. This could be int, this could be double, this could be char, this could be string, this can be any data type that we want it to be. It can be anything that we want. Public static, don't worry about that. That's coming down the road. You'll learn more details. But this, so I'm going to start out, and as a group, we're going to work on this program where I want the find out information about a circle. So the only thing that I need is the radius. This is the only thing I need to know about a circle, because everything after that comes as a result of the radius. So the only major important piece of input is going to be radius. All right, rad's an okay name. That's pretty descriptive. But once I know the radius, I can go from there. So this is going to be like the main of our program. Once I have the radius, well, I have to get it. If I say to you, hey, what's the radius? You would tell me, right? There's nothing you need to know other than to ask the user for the radius and return it as rad. Now, if I said, okay, I want to find the area, this is another value returning method. But when I call it, an important piece of information that has to go in would be what that radius is. Same with calculating volume. So I'm starting out with 3 value returning methods. This one does not have an argument. These 2 have arguments. You notice they're value returning and we're assigning them somewhere. This 4th one, display, is a void method. Nothing's being returned. What are my arguments? Rad, area, and volume. So I'm going to start you out and give you about 20 minutes, and then we're going to come back. But in your group, I want you to write a program that has this as the main and has 1, 2, 3, 4 methods that come after it. And again, what's inside some of these methods is really simple, but we're just working on structure right now instead of getting into grunt work. Okay, so this is the first of two, but I want you to do this one first.